Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Helen and today I brought a very special recipe your way. I know a lot of you have heard of offor soup, offor or archi soup with catfish, and that's okay. But today, to spice up things a bit, this recipe is what I've brought your way. Okay, so we are making the offor soup with catfish and we're also adding fresh tomatoes. Why are you using fresh tomatoes to make soup? Trust me, if you try this recipe, you would not make anything catfish without fresh tomatoes. Anything you want to make with fresh fish, with catfish rather, you would always want to use tomatoes. Okay, so a lot of you don't like catfish because of its slimy nature and then the smell. I think I'm going to create a video on that, because the reason why you still have these things in your catfish soup or catfish pepper soup is because the fish is not properly washed. I'll create a video on how to properly wash your catfish. Well, enough of all of those talks. We are going to head straight to the kitchen to see how we make our offor soup with catfish and fresh tomatoes. Please do not forget, hit the subscribe button and like. Hit the subscribe button and like, because trust me, the recipes I will be dropping, they'll be a little bit unusual, but trust me, when you try it, everybody will come to your house to eat. Okay, so yeah. Okay guys, thank you for heading into this kitchen with me. I really do appreciate it. So do not forget to subscribe and like. Hit the subscribe button and like. Okay, so like you're seeing now, we are washing our catfish. After that, we added salt. Please don't be scared of adding salt because this salt will make the catfish strong. You know, catfish scatters a lot. So after that, or while doing this, you bring your water to a boil. Then you pour. When your water has boiled, you pour it to your catfish. Now you can immediately see the slimy parts of the fish going off even without you touching it. Yeah, so that is why this process is actually needful. Then after 2 minutes, you take it out from the hot water. Disclaimer, I am not a superhuman, so this is not hot water. I'm sorry I didn't film the parts where I removed the fish from the hot water. Yeah, so this is after removing the fish from the hot water. I had to pour cold water and then rinsed it. So this is not hot water. Yeah, but don't leave it in the hot water for more than 2 minutes. Yeah, so once you're done with that, after washing, you put it in a pot. Hit the subscribe button and like. Hit the subscribe button and like. Thank you guys. So at this point now, you can see this fish is so beautiful and clean, like you can almost eat it like this. Okay, so we added our seasoning cubes. I used Knorr cube and I used star Maggie cube. Yeah, I added salt and then onions. I am a fan, I be a lover of onions. Yeah, so I used plenty of onions. You can decide to use very minimum amount, like small. Yeah, and after that I added my blended scotch bonnet. If you like spicy food, you can put plenty of pepper. Yeah, but and this food though requires plenty of pepper. After that, we add our game changer. Our game changer. Now guys, don't use too much of fresh tomatoes so that your soup doesn't become so sweet that you think it's stew. Okay, so don't use too much, just the right amount, not too small, not too plenty. Yeah, so you're going to bring this to a boil. While this is steaming, the aroma and flavor that you will be perceiving from this pot, even your neighbor will perceive it and come to you. Yeah, so after that is done, after steaming for 5 to 7 minutes, you take it out. Now some people skip this process because they don't want the fish to scatter, but I just like removing it so I can control the taste of the soup with the fish stock. Yeah, after that, then you add just blended scotch bonnet to your fish stock. Then you add a little bit of water. The water is your preference. It was just a small soup I was making, so if you want plenty, you can add more water and then bring it to a boil. Now after this has boiled, you add your palm oil. Okay, like you saw now, I added what's it called, seasoning cube to it. That's the advantage of using the stock, because I got to taste it. I saw that the stock was not sweet enough, so I had to add my seasoning cube. And then I added a little bit of onions. I love onions, so yeah. And then you are going to bring this to a boil, stir and allow it to boil. After that, you add your thickener. For the sake of this, for this soup, I'm using offor. You can decide to use archi, or you can decide to use cocoyam. That's AD. It depends on what you want, your preference. You can use any thickener, works. Then you bring that to a boil. Like you see here, it's quite thick. It's very thick, so I had to add a little bit of water so that I have this not too thick consistency, because you know now it's catfish. And yeah, so I allowed this to boil for a while. Then I added my bitter leaf. Some people will say bitter leaf is what you add, like it's the last thing you add, but I had to add it now so that everything will boil before I put the fish. I don't need to stir and then scatter the fish. Yeah, so I allowed this bitter leaf to boil. Yeah, don't add spoon or anything else. Allow it to boil, because if they didn't wash the bitter leaf well, it will get bitter. It will be bitter if you add anything else, if it hasn't boiled. So after that, I went in with my periwinkle. Yeah, as a Rivers girl now, nothing goes without periwinkle. Yeah, and then I stirred this for a little bit, and then I added our catfish. Now, the reason why I steamed the catfish was because knowing that I'm going to add it as the last thing, yeah, so I had to steam it so that when I add it, I don't need to stir and stir and stir. The fish already has taste, so I don't need to stir and stir for the soup, or leave it for so long for the soup to incorporate into the fish. So some people skip the steaming part, and then when you now put it in the soup, they don't leave it for long as well, so the soup does not incorporate into the fish, and then you find out that it's just the fish is tasteless. But when you steam like that, whether you leave it for it to boil or not, it will still have taste, because you've already steamed it. Yeah, so after this, you're just going to allow the fish, the soup, the liquid, to swallow the fish, like let it cover the fish a bit, and then allow this to boil. Just allow it to boil for like 10 to 5 minutes, and then trust me, the taste you will get from this is amazing. I know you can see that the catfish is even scattering. This catfish can be very stubborn. No matter what you try to do, it will just scatter. Okay, so that is it, guys. Hit the subscribe button and like. Hit the subscribe button and like. Try out this recipe. Please try this out. You'd love it. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for staying with me till this moment. Please hit the subscribe button and like. Tell me what you think about this recipe. I know you would love it. Okay, thank you. My name is Helen once again. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, like, and then turn on your notification, because obunge things are coming your way. Thank you.